we will quickly check the new heading, letter writing. Okay. Now there are two kinds of letters, formal and informal. Now we will be paying emphasis on informal letters because you need to know the format accurately and to the point what all is to be included in a letter writing process. So I'll briefly tell you about the formal letter writing, what is formal letter and what is informal letter. Formal, please put off your mic. Now the formal letters are those letters you write maybe to your principal, to your boss, to your maybe authority under whom you are working, to any firm, to any other person whom you are not friendly, you are not familiar. Okay. Informal letters are the ones you write to your friends, your family members, uncle, auntie, cousins, all these people. So for class 8, we will take informal letters in detail. Okay. There are fewer formatting rules for informal letters than there are for business letters or formal letters. Okay, when you write an application to your principal, that time you have to think and consider the words that you're using. Whereas there is less of a formality. You can talk freely, you can write freely in an informal letter. Why? Because most of the time you're writing to your friends and your family members whom you are aware of and whom you know them. The letter can be used for some reasons like conveying a message, giving a news, giving an advice, or to congratulate the recipient. Then the request for information, you can ask a question, etc. So all this is dealt in a informal letter. Now it's a personal letter written to somebody you are familiar with, like maybe your friends, your siblings, your parents, or anyone else with whom you are very close. Okay, so writing an informal letter, you can afford to be friendly and make use of the personal and emotional tones. Okay, that doesn't mean that while you are writing an informal letter for the in front, like for the revision purpose or for the learning purpose, you can start using abusive or a slang language. No, but then you are quite easygoing when your emotions and tone is set for an informal letter. Now, I will be sharing a screen with you where I'm sending you the proper letter with the address on the left hand side, then the date below it, then below the date, you write to the person, whoever you have desired to write a letter to. Maybe say, dear so and so, supposing you're writing a letter to your friend. So, dear, maybe Maya, or if you're writing to your cousin, so dear so and so, whatever. And then comes the information that about in the theme in which you are going to talk to that person. Mhm. And then after you have the body of the letter, in the end, you always refer to your lovingly, yeah, yours loving, sorry, yours lovingly, so and so, or you also write your loving, maybe cousin, maybe friend, your loving friend, so and so. Now, when you write a letter, informal letter, you do not write your full name. And the latest things say that everything that you begin from the left hand borderline. Call the address in the topmost area that should be written on the left, the date to be written on the left, then dear so and so should be written on the left, then the body of the letter also begins from the left side. It doesn't have to begin from below it. Can you see this page? You can see the address on the left hand side, date on the left hand side, dear so and so on the left hand side, with no comma. Now the writing of a comma has been stopped. And you do not write from here, I do hope. You begin from a new line next to the border. Clear? Every change of paragraph is not a paragraph to be started from behind. It should touch the borderline and should begin. Only a new change of paragraph should be left with a line in between. That's it. Okay. And then in the end, your loving cousin, your only first name, and that to be written on the left hand side. Nothing is to be written on this side. Nothing. Okay. So now I give you the picture of the first page. Mm, I'm sorry. What did I do? So this is the picture of the first page. You will do it in your copies. You will write the example in your copies. After that, please take down one question. Write a letter to your grandmother requesting her to visit you after the lockdown is over. I repeat, write a letter to your grandmother requesting her to visit you after the lockdown is over. Now, first thing you need to know is you'll write the address, then dear grandma, sorry, then the date, then dear grandma. Now, your grandmother is living away from you, so you have to think logically where she is living, okay, and why is she living, okay. Maybe she's living in a village with your father's younger brother or whatever, and then you being younger, you are not visiting her. You are asking her to visit you. Okay? So you should give a proper excuse that why you cannot come to visit her. Yeah, you can say that because of the lockdown, the children are not allowed. Plus, every day we are having online classes, which are not possible in the village, maybe, or wherever she's living. Or you can give a lovely, plausible excuse. Maybe you are sick, maybe you have fractured your leg, whatever reason. Because requesting the grandmother to come to you instead of you going to her, it should have a solid reason. And then in the end, your loving son or your loving grandson, your only first name, or your loving granddaughter, only your first name. I hope I'm clear this with this much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the work for today. That's it. Now we will be having